Lawrence Tech comes into tonight's game with a record of 0 wins and 0 losses. Here is the number 5. At guard, 5'3" senior Jeff Nelson, number 13, and Nagle. At guard, 6'3" sophomore from Hartford, Michigan, number 20, Nick Jacobs. At guard, 5'6" junior from Ohio, number 2, Maddie Long. At guard, the draft, this is Portland, Indiana, number 24, Julia Hughes. At guard, 6'4" senior from Springfield, Ohio, number 33, Dave Farrell.
Welcome, everyone, to the Don Riddler Fieldhouse, everyone. Jeremy Otto alongside Soleil Pope White to bring you the call here today. The first women's basketball game on campus here at LTU. We tried to work through some of our audio difficulties here. But an exciting day, obviously, here for Lawrence Tech as they look to start the season off right. On the other side, Shawnee State coming off a loss at Aquinas. It was a 2-point loss for them, but that's a good Aquinas team expected to compete for another WAC title this year. And kind of a program in transition here for LTU as well. They really ran through Kendall Fisher the last 5 years, the All-American who averaged 17 points for them. Both of these two teams playing a bit younger this year. Lawrence Tech is expected to play 3 freshmen regularly. Shawnee State has a lot of freshmen in their fold as well. Opening tip. One right back to the Blue Devils there, and a quick jump ball. We'll turn it the other direction. So Soleil, as you enter a game like this, obviously one under the belt here for Shawnee State, but for Lawrence Tech, a good start is important, right?
Yes, definitely a good start. And talking to the head coach in pregame, she said she really wanted to look to pack in the paint defensively, getting those rebounds, connecting with each other, and really looking to box out Sainana, as she has a really good game of 17 points and 20 rebounds.
Inbound here for Holland. Yeah, only so much scouting that can go in a match like this. Obviously, Lawrence Tech, there's no film on them with a brand new roster at their fold. Certainly some returners this year. One game for Shawnee State for Lawrence Tech to review. It was on Saturday in Grand Rapids. A shuttering rebound back to the outside, looking to splash home the 3. Lawrence Tech looking to scrap away the board. Good hang on there by Kate Jacobs, 6'3" sophomore out of Heartland.
And if you want to get an edge in the game, you definitely have to do that. You have to be able to box out right from the start.
That's something this Lawrence Tech team is really focused on this offseason. Coach thought they rebounded the ball pretty well last year, but really wants to see them rebound even better this year. Maybe some jitters to begin this game at home as Maggie Long with the extra step there. So Shawnee State will take it up the floor. Off for Holland. Trickling back to the wing, looking to drive, flipping it up, and that one just shy. Picked off, though, by Maggie Long. She's had active hands today. Long, the junior out of Wadsworth, Ohio. Sees this one trickle away, and the possession staying with Lawrence Tech with 14 left on the shot clock here. Lofted back the exterior. Addie Nagel. Shot clock down to 7 as the bench counts that down. Bonding up is Jade Ferris. Another baseline trigger with 5 left on the 30-second shot clock here. Flashing back to the outside. 2 seconds left. Curls for that mid-range 2. Won't go off the back of the iron. Scooped right back to LTU, and Kate Jacobs will say, I'll take that. 8:18 left to play in quarter number 1 here. Shawnee State looking to establish their rhythm offensively. They struggled to shoot on the road at Aquinas, and that's one of the things they do well is draw fouls. Kate Jacobs, the guilty party there. We'll have 2 shots at the line coming up here for Shawnee State.
That's not a foul you want to give so early, especially against a player like that. You want to be able to box out and get a body in front of her because she's really aggressive.
So the score remains 2-0 LTU here. That hoop is up and good. Shawnee State gets on the board. Back to the corner, pops off the inside. Huey launches that one. Here comes his quick Shawnee State Bears squad. Dumping down low, and a travel is called. So what are you seeing here early on?
I'm liking the aggressiveness of LTU. They're getting it out, going fast, and playing at their own pace.
Full court press once again here by Shawnee State. And that's going to force an LTU turnover. Both of these two teams maybe a bit more sloppy than they'd like at the beginning of this. Shawnee State with another opportunity to score their first field goal. Holland back to the wing, into the middle, and the 3 will fall. Something they like to do when they're open. Now a little scrap steal on the other side. Holland going to slow things up. A bump foul by Maggie Long. 4-2. Second foul against the Blue Devils there. Quick substitution as well for Lawrence Tech. Make sure they don't get in some early foul trouble. That's Dominique Evans, one of their key guards, checking in off the bench. Slapped loose. Bodies hit the floor, and the jump ball will fall in favor of Shawnee State, but that's what you'd like to see, the hustle by these two teams.
And that's the tone you want to definitely set for the game.
Seven and change left to play in this first quarter, and an official's timeout here as they huddle together. Not sure what this could potentially be about. Shot clock is at 20 right now. And it looks like, well, they did reset the shot clock to 30. So maybe just a matter of where that possession was going. Lawrence Tech will take it. Inbound there for Evans. Right down the middle, and Dominique runs into a foul herself. Block foul called on Jaria Steele. Versatile piece, young freshman as well for Shawnee State, 5'11", out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Looking for the pass to Huey, slots back on the crossover, but gets nothing but air on that shot. So the Bears possession with still 6:44 left to play in the first. Half of the shot clock going by. They'll look to rattle home a three as Steele buries that one.
That's a box out you want to take. You want to be able to close out.
After this slow start, Shawnee State would fill with a big lead here in quarter number one. Swerving home a three, and Huey has missed two in a row. Maybe a few rush shots here by Huey in this first quarter.
Yeah, and Coach said she really wanted to look for the outside to shoot, but, you know, that's just the chance. You got to keep taking and keep trying to get it in there.
5 seniors on this Lawrence Tech team doing a really good job of leading, trying to get them through a tough stretch here. Their first game with this new team here in 2023. There's a nice little leaner by Jairia Steele. And that timeout is going to become our media as well. 9-2 the score in favor of the visiting Shawnee State Bears. They look solid in their second game of the year right here on the LTU Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to the Don Riddler Fieldhouse, everyone. Good start here for Shawnee State. They're off to a 9-2 advantage here. What do you think they're doing well?
I think one thing they're really doing well is pressing, getting up, you know, bringing that heat to LTU, and I think that's a good thing that will help them keep this game.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of plays just like that. LTU will draw a foul as they tried to split the double team. What's the key to, I guess, breaking this press?
I will say definitely preparing for it ahead of time, looking for those open people and not rushing too much. You definitely want to get the ball across the court in a good time, but you also want to play careful.
Certainly not the easiest defense to play in your first game of the year. Looking to drive to the tin there. That shot will float free off the hands of Dominique Evans. A slow start for Lawrence Tech from the field, kind of what Shawnee State felt at Aquinas. Loud shot on the other end, rebounded by Jade Ferris. Here comes Lawrence Tech trying to come up the snide, down 7 here in the first. Swinging pass to the far sideline, looking for Ferris, turned over again. Well, they've been right place, right time as well. More often than not. Deep three will fall short. Paddled back out by Long, and in fact, LTU will keep it. Evans looks to push the tempo. Long pass over for Maggie Long. She shoulder shrugs a shot up. Second chance won't fall. The third will. Jade Ferris buries it.
And that's the way you want to keep at it, not giving it Shawnee State that chance to go down on those fast breaks.
9-4 the advantage now. A chance for an and one. This is something that Shawnee State does very well as well. Get those and one opportunities, something they look for. Ferris last year 73% at the stripe, and she makes her first this year. Fouls are 4-2 in favor of Shawnee State. They've certainly taken some lumps on that aggressive defense so far today. But more often than not, it's worked out for them. Big reason why they've got a solid start here tonight. Maynard. One pass off for Holland now. Dribbling through Gregory, trying to bank it off. Not so as Evans rebounds. Dominique, strong chest passes. Knocked free from behind, and the foul called on Shawnee State. Dwayne Burrows in his third season on the LTU, or on the Shawnee State sideline, not happy about that fall. Not from the official standpoint, but more so from his player that committed it. It's going to go against Holland, her first, team 5th, over the limit already here in quarter number 1. First throw is up and good. You can see, though, in the last few possessions, LTU has put a lot of emphasis on getting a lot of players the basketball in a possession. They want to share it around a lot more this year. They were to do that and get the foul. Good passing here from Shawnee State. Holland will rip one off. Ripping down the rebound is D.D. Smith. She checks in off the bench. Smith, the native of Carmen Ainsworth, one of the freshmen they're excited about. Smith, little circling pass and the conversion with the right hand. 9-9 as LTU has knotted this thing up. Still 3:39 left to play in quarter number 1. Well, things can change fast, huh?
Yes, definitely can. And I got to say, just from that possession, you know, turning the table over, Smith giving that assist, that's what you want to have, that connectedness and togetherness in the game.
Yeah, D.D. Smith with her first official touch here in college basketball. It wasn't a bad one. So she dribbled, drived it down the lane and kicked it out. Coach expects her to be one of the top rebounders on this team, and that's impressive considering she's just 5'6". She describes her as 5'6" on a good day as well. Grace in her 5th season as the head coach here of LTU. Holland. Back down the middle, looking to drive, and a foul. The 3rd on the Blue Devils. That's the first going against Dominique Evans. Addie Nagel checks into the fold here. A spinorama move by Holland. She converts. Maya Latham also into the game now for Shawnee State. 11-9 is their lead. Good ball movement here by LTU. Just can't find that opening. Long off for D.D. Smith. She smacked and fouled. So after it was a very quick pace, the fouls have kind of slowed this thing down a bit.
And, you know, I think that's kind of been beneficial for LTU. They were rushing their shots a little bit, but being able to get that foul and slow it down definitely will help.
So here's D.D. Smith to the line. 14 points a game and 12 rebounds a game in her senior year. Last year for Carmen Ainsworth. She comes over with a fellow teammate in Sierra Robinson. It's got to make that transition to college a little bit easier for her. Boy, Shawnee State wastes no time to gallop to the front court there. Rebounded and killing the possession. No, the Blue Devils, here they come. Sierra Robinson. Puts one off for Long. Separates, looking to make her first three this year. Bingo! Maggie Long, the junior shooting guard, gives LTU another 2-point lead. Ooh, that looked like close to a carry, but the foul called on the Blue Devils here. It's going to go against Evans, her second. So early foul trouble for the Blue Devils will send her to the bench. And another one upcoming as Kate Jacobs will feel the wrath here in quarter number one. Each team is past the limit. If you're Shawnee State, not only can you really push the pace, but I think LTU has seen a little bit of trying not to play to the pace of Shawnee State as well. They settled in nicely from the field here late in the first. It's off the inside. The Sierra Robinson will board. Smith drapes one right back to Long. She's covered more tightly this time. Robinson banks it home. 16-11, the largest lead for the Blue Devils and counting now. This gym can get pretty loud fairly quickly. Decent contingent of fans right below us, and these teams chattering quite a bit. It kind of bounces off these walls here in the down Fiddler Hill House. And that turnover against Shawnee State will give LTU an even bigger moment to try to extend this lead before the quarter break. Nagel gave it off, got it back. Maggie Long thinking about it. Dangerous player from three, hit 30% last year. Well, hop step move, trying to jack it off the back. And Kate Jacobs is there for the cleanup.
And I'm liking LTU's offense. I'm liking how they're able to pass the ball and being confident in making their shots.
And they look much more settled in here as this half has gone on. Shawnee State taking a quick shot. And that ball in a string. And I think they ruled that it's still Shawnee State basketball here. 51 and 2/10 to go. Lawrence Tech has been pretty free with their substitutions. Julia Huey is back into the game. She missed a couple early threes. We'll see if some of that confidence rubs off on her now, late in the first. Catch and shoot for Maynard, sent it too far. Scrappy rebound, put off the glass and in. Boy, did the Bears need that. Scoring droughts for both of these two teams so far, and just stepping out is Dee Smith. LTU trying to rush up the floor and getting good position to shoot that time. Deaver sends it for Holland, found the lane clear. Her shot wouldn't fall, dribbled out. This thing is staying with Shawnee State, so 18 left on the shot clock. Jade Ferris, senior out of Perrysburg, flies into the game. Line drive pass to Latham, able to drill it. 18-16. LTU, they've got the last possession here in the first. 5 seconds to play here in the first. Nagel off for Smith at the buzzer, wouldn't quite fall. And that is how we will end in the first quarter. Lawrence Tech 18, the visitors 16. Back with more here on the LTU Sports Network.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Well, a very interesting half of basketball. Jeremy and Soleil back with you here from Southfield. 18-16, the lead here for Lawrence Tech. Hard to read who has an advantage right now after that, huh?
Yeah, definitely going head to head. But I have to say, I like LTU settling in on offense. I'm liking how they're moving the ball on the court.
Yeah, some of these fouls have gotten them a tad out of rhythm. We'll see how they start here in half number 2. T.D. Smith sends one for Nagel. Good ball movement to the outside, just off the inside that time for Huey. She's 0 for 3 from 3. Holland, right of the lane. The ball is tied up. And it looks like they're going to rule a foul. It looked like there was much contact there. They did say it was on that left hand. So out is Jade Ferris. Maggie Long is back in. One of the returners has some deep range. We've already seen her hit a deep 3 so far in this first half. Leaner there for Latham. She's seeing her first action this season. Did not play on Saturday. Holland to Latham, looking to line up a 3. Scooping second try. They'll get a third, maybe. No, it's going to be a backcourt violation.
And that's one person you don't want to get the rebound. You have to get a body on it and box out because she is going to get it.
Yeah, both of these two teams have shown some speed to the other side of the half. Or the other side of the court, I should say. Long, little floating pass, and a foul. Well, it seems like it's going to be a pretty tightly called game. Already a couple fouls to begin the second quarter. We saw both teams hit the limit fairly quickly in that first. Flutters free. Right there is Latham to take it away. Holland, one more pass to the opposite side, splash. Big time 3 to give Shawnee State another lead. Their first in a while. There's Alexia Deaver. Long answers right back. Her second make of the day. Holland weaving herself fill and answering as well. And maybe this is what we see here in quarter number 2, a little back and forth scoring. Smith down low as Jacobs tried to save it to nobody, unfortunately. Quick 2 by Deaver, stuck it. Long, 2 in a row off the inside. You can see she was feeling herself in rhythm there.
She's definitely high right now.
Out is Smith. As these two teams trying to keep bodies fresh. Playing in game action is certainly different than practice in terms of conditioning and everything that goes into that. So we'll see if we kind of see the same subbing pattern. These are two teams that feel that they're pretty deep though and want to use nearly everybody they have. LTU is going to go about 10 deep, maybe 11 throughout the year. Shawnee State could go around 12 deep. We didn't see a few of their players in action in the last contest. They're also missing 2 big pieces in 2 different ways. 2 big in size and just what they're able to do and how it kind of correlates to this offensive flow. They've got a 6'5" and a 6'4" player on the shelf right now. Jenna Bazinski, 6'5" freshman center, and Isabella Thornburg, a 6'4" freshman center. A little hip check in is Cheyenne Gloster. Couldn't get it off the glass. Here comes LTU with good pace. Holland. Give it off, got it back. Long is open. Can't leave her that wide open for that reason. 26-23. Boy, we've got a barn burner here in the second quarter. Running her way through is Gloucester. It's off the back of the glass of the rim and shoveled down by Deaver. Lawrence Tech slows into the half court. Looks like they're looking for a post touch here. Jacobs just can't get open. Ooh. Very close to sticking in bounds was Holland. We love the way she defends and the way she leads this team as well. Now a sophomore. She played with her sister last year. She was one of the key players on this team. Marnay averaged 18 points per game. 3 on the 30 here. Down to 1. I'm not sure they realize it, and Holland can't get it up. Or Long, I beg your pardon. So we'll see maybe if that aggressiveness here from Shawnee State picks up again. They're really able to have some success mid-first quarter as they got their offense settled in. Holland running the baseline, looking for that reverse Glasser. Trickles free. Bodies hit the deck again, and they finally rule a jump. Holland to trigger. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gloucester says, I'll take this and bury it.
And that's a shot you just got to contest. You got to get up.
That's something that the LTU sideline will be happy about. Got to contest that as well. Long will airball it. Linden says that was my pass. Nagel with 5 to shoot. Tucking pass for Jacob. She got whirled around. We'll head to the line, which is 4 seconds left on the shot clock here. And I think the shot clock now consistently, it seems like Getting to 7 and 5 on the offensive side for LTU just speaks to this defense that Shawnee State has.
Definitely getting up and having that help side and really sticking in the paint, getting those arms up, but not trying to foul at the same time.
Big free throws there. So Shawnee State looking to take it down the floor. Had some success from 3 and in the interior so far. Maynard looking for another 3, and that's the second bank we've seen today. 1 for either side. Linden. High arcing pass there for Nagel. Drove into a bigger body, and Shawnee State won that one. Maynard in trouble on that double. Scooping, not scoring, but now heading to the line. Second foul for LTU here in half number 1. It's going to go against Jacobs. So they've got 2 players with 2 fouls. And that is going to send us to our immediate timeout. Your score, Shawnee State 29, Lawrence Tech 28. You're on the LTU Sports Network.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just 4 walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Don Riddler Fieldhouse. It is a 29-28 lead here for the Bears. They've got the free throws coming up here. The first is good. Seen just about everything so far here in this first half of play. Both teams have had their moments offensively. There's an offensive rebound. Step aside by Deaver. She hit one of those earlier. And they didn't love that shove by Gloucester. And they're going to hit her with a foul. Maybe getting a little chippy out there. I mean, I think some of that comes with how aggressive that this Bears team plays. Things like that will just happen. Nothing too crazy, but they've called this game pretty much by the book, so that one's not going to be let go. Cheyenne Gloucester going to check out. She's a local product out of Flint. They've actually got 4 Michigan players on this team. 3 of them that transferred from the fellow WAC opponent for LTU in Rochester when they had a coaching switch. 3 key players to this Shawnee State team. D.D. Smith with the hook shot that falls. 30 all. Straight down the lane. That one comes short. Lawrence Tech pushing with Linden. Tough there as the foul comes on the double.
That is a really tough call.
And that will put LTU on the line It's 5 for Shawnee State. 2 for the Blue Devils here in the second. Chance again for the Blue Devils to take a lead. Flip leads quite a bit so far here in the first. This is Linden. Came in as a combo guard, but they've been using her some as the point guard position as well. And the injury there to one of their backups, a sophomore. They really like what she's doing at the point guard spot. So we might see that some this season. And a travel is called. LTU going to take it right back. And a chance for them to extend this lead. I think their largest lead was around 7 in that first quarter, late. Linden with the handles there, drives through the double team. And Gracie Mitchell. We'll see that fall out of play, but it's last off Shawnee State. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Popped on in for Long. Slings one to the outside. Nagel bombs the 3. Linden trying to lean it in, but it's last off LTU here. So not too often that Shawnee State has played slow, but they'll take it up slow with the possession going back in their favor. Looking for the opening there. Gregory flies down. 6 to shoot, taking it to the hole and scoring. Good look here for Shawnee State, 32-32. Mitchell tees one up. Shy. Gregory with the board that plopped right in her hands. One more pass is a good one. Maynard way overshoots the goal. And the foul is on the floor against Lawrence Tech. Linden. Or check that, Nagel will be her first team third. Deaver going to drive baseline, and she drew a foul.
And I think that's something that LTU has struggled with in this quarter is, you know, letting people drive to the basket and not getting in there, and rather they're fouling.
We see a lot of early fouls like that. A lot of the fouls for Shawnee State has come in their aggressive defensive style. It's Huey who checks back in right side of the lane. First free throw is through. Shawnee State looking much more comfortable shooting the basketball. They shot it decent versus Aquinas in the first half. It was the second that brought a lot of problem points for them. Linden, floating pass to the corner, looking for Huey. One touch pass down low, and Mitchell converts. Picked off by Linden. LTU didn't have the numbers they wanted, so they'll slow it down into a double in the corner. And that's been the problem lately here for Shawnee State. Despite some flustering calls for them, they've been caught on those doubles. That was Johnson.
And that's important for LTU to read because you want to have other people on the outside that you can pass it up to because the court is open.
Shot's good by Holland. Or Linden, I beg your pardon. Linden, a really good passer at Heartland. She was the all-time leading assist getter by the time her high school career was over. Deaver down low, spinning 2. That one won't fall. And now Gloucester will head to the line. One of two Gloucesters on this team, her and her sister Cheyenne. Sienna, a senior. Cheyenne, a senior as well. Both around 6 foot tall. Sure fun for them to team up one last time here in college. Leaned off the back of the iron, it wouldn't fall, and LTU collected it out of bounds. That'll mean it's staying right here with Shawnee State. 36-36. Just the shot clock to 20. That's what that confab was about. Handoff pass to the corner. Finding her lane was Johnson as she slivers through. Linden is down for a few seconds there. Hopped back up. Mitchell threw it out of play and nobody touched it for Shawnee State. These two defenses kind of duking it out here in the second quarter. Less scoring than we saw earlier. Pass over for Johnson. She blew the tire that time and nearly was able to convert on the score. Instead heading to the line. So Tiara Johnson, the native of Dayton, heading to the line here. Lawrence Tech's going to send back in D.D. Smith. She's shown some good tempo when she's been in there so far. Three-point lead for the visitors. Come off the snide. Talked with Dwayne Burrows earlier. Said, hey, it would be too bad playing up two teams with such a young team that he has himself, trying to get their feet wet to go 1-1 on this trip to begin the year. A long trip for them. Started on Saturday, culminating on a Monday here as they drive back to Ohio tonight. Spot up three. Got it to go. It's a big one for Deaver and company. So we hit the minute mark to go in quarter number 2. Grace didn't like to see that one culminating in that direction. She's going to burn a timeout. We see several different stages in this game. Shawnee State's pressure has really wreaked havoc here on Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, and I think they've been really doing a good job at that, and especially when they get the tempo in our hands, they're able to take with it and run.
Right now running to a 6-point advantage, which has been one of the bigger leads in this game. Neither team has gotten past that. 6, 7. LTU going to break the huddle with 22 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:02 on the game clock. Would love a nice offensive possession here. Huey hasn't made a 3 so far. We'll pass up that opportunity. Nagel slithering her way through. Back to Linden. Got a big one. 42-39. Johnson trying to take all the hope right back. Rebounded well by Gloucester. They've done a nice job on the offensive glass today. Sanaya Gregory, 7 to shoot. Tucking pass, in tight, she made the catch, couldn't put it up and in as Dee Smith comes up with it. And she is hit and fouled as she tried to cross her way down. 17.6 left. If LTU chooses, actually they're going to have free throws here. I was going to say they could take the last shot. It's going to be 2 shots at the line, both of these two teams over the limit. That came a little bit later here in the second half. We got to the bonus very quickly in that first. Smith misses, and she's not happy. Gets her own board. Ran over her defender, though, for the offensive foul.
It's not the way you want to turn her around going into the locker room.
Well, Deaver, not really in the best position to take that shot. It was, I don't know if it was right in her gut area or just her lower half that's feeling not so good right now. They will come and check. She slowly gets up there. Deaver's going to have to depart this game. So wish her the best. Backup point guard for this team. They like her smarts when she's in. We'll have to play without her for the rest of this first half. They're squatting up 3, 13.1 to go. Ditto here for Shawnee State. They can take the last possession if they want. LTU is back in a zone. Not something that this coaching staff loves to do, but they knew it would be necessary against this offense that they've seen today. They really like to play that man-to-man defense, the pack line defense more specifically. 10 seconds to go now. Looks over his shoulder for the play call. Gregory looping in, it won't fall. And the rebound falls loosely into the corner, and a sigh of relief there for LTU. We want to see another second chance opportunity going up. Also, lay your thoughts on that first half.
You know, I have to say for LTU and Shawnee State, they've both been going head to head. But I think where the problem is coming in at for LTU specifically is letting them drive to the basket. You got to be able to have that help sideline and close in. And I think what Shawnee State is just keeping up that tempo.
All right, we'll see who can do the better job of it in the second half. A 3-point lead for Shawnee State. Back with more after this on the LTU Sports Network. Welcome back, everyone, to the Don Ridler Fieldhouse. Jeremy Otto alongside Soleil Pope White to bring you the call today. Well, an interesting first half, 42-39 is the lead here for the visiting Bears. Your thoughts on what LTU needs to do to start the second half?
Definitely, I would say coming out, being aggressive, and really looking towards those shots on the outside.
After a cold shooting first half, or first quarter, I should say, both of the teams shot better in the second. Shawnee State with numbers, 3-on-2, splitting through 2 for the score. Gloucester with an exclamation point to begin the third. Huey will lose the basketball here. Nagel picks it up. Cross court for Huey, still looking for her first three-point make. Digs it into the corner and picked off here by Shawnee State. Done a good job of that this game. 7 steals overall. Been very active in the passing lanes. Gloucester finds it outside for Steele. Off the glass and in. All of a sudden, Shawnee State has their largest lead for the second time today. It's 7 for both of these two teams. Ill-advised shot from Jacobs. And drawing some contact, there is Steele as she's heading to the line. It's almost kind of like the start of the game. LTU was maybe rushed into some shots. We saw the turnovers play a factor. And that's when Shawnee State was able to get comfortable. Shortly after that, though, LTU, I believe, took a timeout, or the media played into factor and turned things around offensively. We'll see. First free throw, no good. Kate Jacobs led in scoring for Lawrence Tech in that first half with 12. 7 for Linden. Pretty balanced on the other side for Shawnee State. 10 for Deaver and 7 for Holland. Both of these two teams really trying to figure out life without some of their better players this year. For Lawrence Tech, it's going to be much more balanced scoring. The All-American graduating. I think that might be the case for Shawnee State as well. Taken away with 9 to shoot. They say that right toe stepped out of bounds. So the Blue Devils in desperate need of a hoop here. We'll look to chuck it in. And one. Good look for Dominique Evans. She's not really been able to get loose so far today. Maybe that's the start. Limited her time because of the 2 early fouls. Here's another foul against the Blue Devils. We saw a combined 25 fouls between these two teams in the first half. Both over the limit in both quarters. Launching a 3 and splashing it home. Michaela Holland has 10. Been a big part of their stealing game today as well. Looking for Jacobs. She's hounded, wheels one around, and a decent look with bodies in front. Spin move on the other side. It hung on the rim for Gregory. Just wouldn't fall. Well, you can tell this athleticism really perking here for Shawnee State in the second half. It'd be a fun team to watch. The way Wayne Burroughs has done a nice job with this program. He took over in the first year, won just 4 games. Last year got them back to 500, won 9 of their last 12. And a lot of those players thought they had done good enough to get in the NCAA tournament. They were denied that entry point after they're number 2 in their league. Coming back with a chip on their shoulder, the few players that are back for them this year. Gloucester all the way home, blocked. This one will stay with Shawnee State.
And they've been doing a good job getting those rebounds and getting down the court. I think that's something that works in their favor, and they're willing to do that.
Give and go there, back to the outside. Deep 3, runs shy. They're going to keep it in, but no luck. Jade Ferris was making that tough. 50-41. Shawnee State still leading here. Ooh, 50-50 ball put up. We've seen some physical plays today. Shawnee State has already had one go down earlier with injury. Not something they want to talk about with already 2 of their bigs out. Hope to get them back before conference play in a few weeks. Good look for Dee Smith, and she doesn't disappoint.
And that's a good way to pass the ball and wait for that. There's been a lot of rush shots by LTU coming into the third.
And Dee Smith has had her moments in her college debut. Second chance will get the good touch from Steele. LTU looking to answer. Yes, Maggie Long. She's had a couple deep threes. Her coach says she can hit it from NBA range. Smith looking to scrap away the board. And she does just that. She draws the foul. Dee Smith, a player that this coaching staff really excited about. That grit is something that's separated her so far in camp leading up to this year. Stepping in front is Gloucester as it finds its way out. And LTU will inbound. Approaching the media timeout here in the third. 52-46. LTU looking for an answer defensively. Looking to get this offense going as well. Maggie's a good player to have the ball with in that scenario. Smith nearly had it stripped. Ferris spinning around right into the welcoming arms of Holland. Here she comes, scampering. Quickly to the basket and drawing an LTU foul. That's their third. Both teams with 3 midway through quarter number 3. Certainly kind of with that violent pace that Shawnee State plays with, it can be tough not to foul, right?
Yeah, especially when you're trying to get it in your hands and, get the tempo in your hands. It can be hard to play against that. And especially when Shawnee State, they're going to keep running. They're going to keep going.
Second one is good. The lead now 8, the largest of the day, 54-46. Smith through the arms now. Smith found the Red Sea part as she scores. Shawnee State quickly forgets about it. And that's going to send us to the media timeout. Lawrence Tech will have the basketball when we get back on the LTU Sports Network.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At the break between the third quarter, 54-48. The lead for the visiting Bears. Felt like they've had a lead for a good majority of this game. Their hustle, just their quickness has gotten past LTU a bit, but Blue Devils coming off a make and a turnover here. Have a chance to cut this back right down to a one-possession game. A 3 is what they would need here. They've hit a couple big ones today. Smith is blocked. Loose on the floor, and Holland makes sure she holds on to that basketball. Pause play to clarify this foul here. Well, free throws soon. The way we're moving here in the third quarter. I think Dwayne Burrows had frustrated it took so long to get that call in. Wants to keep the tempo right where it's been. Off the glass and in for Gloucester. That's a big point. 2 more on the board, 56-48, and another one coming. LTU shot free throws a bit better in that first half of play. Shawnee State had a 1-for-4 mark in the first and a 6-for-8 mark in the second. Perfect on that swish, though, is Cheyenne. This feels like LTU having to constantly battle back in this game. That can get tiring. Post touch attempted, but Gloucester muscled it away. The Bears losing it out of play. Well, sometimes you have those type of plays when you're playing so fast. They've created a lot of turnovers, certainly on the other end. Made it uncomfortable at times through this Blue Devils attack. Smith wide open, big one!
She's definitely been an asset for LTU to especially with coming out and being aggressive on not just offense, but defense as well. That's something that they need.
You see why they liked her so much heading into her first collegiate game. The runner falls. Seems like every time LTU's had a big bucket, Shawnee State has been right there in the second half. A little scoop and score by Maggie Long. Showing they can do much more than just shoot threes. Now LTU needs to stop. Holland to the far side, wheeling 3 off the inside. Dominique Evans with a big board. Look out, long! Wouldn't quite fall.
That's definitely that NBA 3.
And then some. Maggie Long has hit 3 today. Had a few early misses. Another big defensive stand with 2:31 to play. That's going to be the third foul right there on Dominique Evans. Too early kept her out of the majority of that first half. It is the 5th foul on the Blue Devils. So free throws from here on out for Shawnee State. And that's one reason why D.D. Smith has seen so much time in this game, is Dominique Evans, obviously one of their leaders at point guard. And Smith has been slotted right back in there. Has carried a large load. Off the ball right now for Evans. Another deep one from Long. Missing by inches as Gloucester pulls down the board. She'll slow it down. Kind of at the pace that Shawnee State has been able to score later here in the third quarter. They want to make sure they get a good shot here. Gregory slotted in the middle of the lane, and the jump ball with the arrow favoring LTU. Well, it sounds very simple, but whoever scores this next basket is going to, I think, really dictate how this quarter finishes and maybe how we start the fourth. I mean, LTU's got a chance again to make it a one-possession game, and Shawnee State has a chance to break a drought and make this feel a little bit unreachable, maybe. And to avoid the double there, she slotted it for Jacobs. You got to give Shawnee State credit with their 2 bigs out, and Jacobs winning the size matchup more often than not down low. They've minimalized her quite well.
Yeah, and I think that's what comes with stepping up. You know, when people are out, being able to step up and stay together.
And I kind of asked that to Dwayne Burrows, like, how is that going to impact your offensive flow, how you play defensively as well? And he says it doesn't change much because we like to run the floor so much. With those bigs, we're able to slow it down a little bit more if we want, but not to say that they won't use them interchangeably in their lineup. It's just another thing to add to this already good team, but it's showing in what they've done so far this year. Probing inside the lane, and it fights through the hands of Gloucester. Big steal for the Blue Devils. Shawnee State trying to take it right back. Hot pass by Smith, and the Blue Devils, they slow it down a tad here. So 16 to shoot. And past the outstretched arms of Jade Ferris. 1:12 to go, and another turnover. One of the largest scoring droughts we've seen in this game, really, for either team. Gregory pops to the outside. Nothing but air on that opportunity. Little post flash. Cleaning it up is Latham. Loses her shoe in the progress. LTU with an advantage. Long and company trying to take advantage. One more pass for Smith. It's off her leg. .35 ticks to go here in the third. Shawnee State with a chance to draw some of this clock down and throw a dagger out there before the end here. Addie Nagel back into the ball game. do want to kill off some of that clock. Latham thinking about it was Deaver. She's already hit a few today. Offensive board for Latham off the inside. LTU's got 5 left. Evans cruising into a foul. Are they going to call that in the act of shooting? The clock right now reads .3. She was close. She was kind of going up, but I think they're just calling it on the floor. Maybe they just called that out of bounds. No foul. Looking for the quick trigger. And the 3 is no good there by Maggie Long. So that's how the third ends. Decent finish for Shawnee State in what was a rough scoring patch for these two teams in the final 5 minutes of that third. 61-53 Bears here in the LTU Sports Network.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
Start of the fourth quarter, Shawnee State up 61-53. And the basketball will be in the hands of the Bears here. Going to switch sides as Holland trots across the court. Or Gloucester does. So we'll settle right back in offensively after the missed opportunity at the end of the half there by LTU with 5 seconds to play. And a travel here by the Bears. And at some point, if LTU is going to win this game, they got to capitalize on opportunities like this.
Definitely.
Here's Maggie Long. Evans with her 3 fouls. Off to Evans. Had a nice debut as a Blue Devil today. Evans in rhythm, 9 to shoot. Long guarded tightly through a double. 6 to shoot. She tosses it out of play. Frustrating start for the Blue Devils here, but that is what it's been like all game. Trying to get offense going against Shawnee State. That's something they laid off on lately as well, as fouling out of the double team. Ooh, and 3 free throws coming up. Maya Latham got herself in good position to take that one. Freshman guard making her collegiate debut today. Did not play in their 2-point loss against Aquinas on Saturday, but she'll be heading to the line here. She's kind of been right place, right time throughout this game today. Fits the mold of what this team is built to be. This is her first 2 here, though. Bears almost willing the Blue Devils to make some shots and get back in this thing. Missed all three. Maggie Long pulls it down. Evans for the more conventional two. Swooped in by Gloucester. The Bears looking to push their tempo. Latham trying to avenge off the inside. Rattled around a few times, and Evans will push. Over the back. As Evans was pushed down. Smith and Evans working quite well. The youngster and the more veteran player on the floor here for LTU. A couple more pieces back in for the visitors. That's Gloucester. Sienna, that is Gloucester. And Markayla Holland. 25 to shoot, still plenty of time. Maggie Long will see the floor. Nagel. Long gets it back, thinks about that deep three. Smith in a tight area will give it on back to the Bears. Not a lot of scoring here in the second half.
Yeah, and I think that really speaks specifically with LTU. It's just being smart about running up play and running at a good pace.
Just behind the line, I believe, is Latham. Trickles out of play. It's going back to Lawrence Tech. Well, this is a matchup that you would love to win here at the beginning of the year. Lawrence Tech plays in a tough conference. Always love to stack up as many good victories against good teams as you can when it comes to national tournament time if things don't go your way in the tournament. Running and gunning, looking for Sanaya Gloucester. And LTU will see this turn back to them. Julia Huey, fifth-year senior. Back into the fold here. See if she can make her first shot of the night. Long back down the middle for Nagel. Flashes to the left and hits. (61-55) and a collective sigh of relief for LTU. They finally made a hoop. Stripped away by Huey. Two players tangled there. They're both slow to get up. And a travel from Gloucester. Jade Ferris will toss it in. Exchanging with Nagel here. Nagel's seeing her most time of her career at the point guard spot. Played in a really good one, obviously, the last few years. Tough move there and a travel. Looks like she drew some contact as well. Holding her stomach is Maggie Long. This has been a very physical game for LTU. The last thing you want is to come out of this with any injuries. They've stood tall so far. Running downhill again, and Smith will gain it back. Smith loves to push the tempo as well. Nagel puts on the brakes, back to Smith. Huey with a deep catch and shoot. Smith got her fingertips on it, but it's Deaver who gets the better. The lead of 6 or 8 has felt pretty constant in the second half for the Bears. They've got 6 right now. Make it 8. Sanaya Gloucester comes up big once again. Maggie Long is throwing one up. Deaver was there. Felt like our longest time without a whistle. We've had a lot of whistles here today for various reasons. Turnovers, fouls, injury timeouts, and there is our first in a moment. I think the conditioning is being tested today, though, for the Blue Devils. Right off the get-go.
Definitely with Shawnee State. I mean, they've been running on both sides.
You're going to feel like you need a day off tomorrow, but coach is going to say, hey, this is day one.
It's definitely going to be on the line at practice.
That one thrown up and good. 64-55. The lead to 10, the largest it's been. Despite that, LTU has hung along. Need to make some shots down the stretch, though. Hand check. It's going to be the second foul against the visitors here in the fourth. And they'll sideline trigger. So you've got Nagel, Huey, Evans, Long. As Long looks to catch and shoot. That's off the interior, bullied away by Sanaya Gloucester. To the outside, looking to follow her three after the miss. They're content to slow it down. Not a bad idea with how this LTU team has been hanging around. Three to shoot through a crowd. Wouldn't fall. Second chance wouldn't fall. And that shot clock should have been reset. It never did, so the horn sounded. So now they've got some things to work through. The LTU sideline wanted to travel. I guess I may have overlooked that side too. They could have a beef there, but they're not going to come out of this reversing that call. This is a matter of how much time is on the shot clock. And they say it's going to be 18. Shawnee State's done a really good job offensive rebound the basketball too, putting that extra pressure on LTU. Spinning through. And it will remain with the Bears. Long gets it back. Evans off for Huey now. LTU looking for that perfect shot. Doesn't come with this tenacious defense. Gloucester, the heroine there, as she slows it down. Shawnee State really trying to strap themselves into the driver's seat here. That'll help. Sanaya Gloucester forces a timeout on the other side. The lead is growing. It's to 12 with 3:53 left to play here in the fourth. Back with more after this here on the LTU Sports Network.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
Well, last stage here, the fourth quarter, 67-55. LTU trailing right now out of this Lawrence Tech timeout. We've not seen many timeouts by either of these two coaches here today. But Shawnee State is looking to take a stranglehold on this game. They're pretty close to it.
Yeah, and it seems that there's been a little tiredness from LTU, and especially with their rebounding. I think the first half they really did a good job at rebounding, but now it's turned over to Shawnee State.
And just for all these freshmen, I mean, both teams have them, but LTU playing their first game of the season, it can take you a minute to adjust to the speed of the college game. I think we might be seeing a little bit of that today as well. When taken back and slowed down, we've been seeing that the last three possessions, and all of a sudden that 30-second shot clock can seem like an eternity for the opponent when you're down 12. Possessions become harder and harder to make up. Good passing, taking the shot at 6. Offensive rebound off the body there of Maggie Long. With 3 minutes to go, they must score on this possession. Feels like that. Long tiptoes her way, but can't get it to fall. Foul's going to be on Nagel. It's one thing here in the fourth. We've seen less fouls. Very active fouling game in the first, second, third. Olivia Linden is going to be granted entry after this timeout here. 2:41 left. 67-55, LTU in the lead. This will be the end of this road trip for Shawnee State. Been a long one as they played Aquinas on Saturday. They'll head back to Ohio after the game today. They'll face Miami Hamilton on Thursday. And travel to Simmons in Kentucky on Saturday, right where their school is. They border Kentucky. And LTU, as they continue to tune up for conference play, which comes pretty quickly here in the college basketball scene. Blue Devils will face St. Xavier here at home. And Concordia to begin their conference season on November 11th. Cleary, U of M Dearborn, and then a non-conference Wayne State on Sunday the 26th. That's kind of how college basketball works, especially quick here in the NAI, but you get a few non-cons in, then you search conference play, and then you sprinkle a little bit more in towards the Christmas season. 2:41 left, Shawnee State with the basketball, still 20 to shoot. Good take by Steele, and she finishes. The lead keeps growing, 14. Lawrence Tech has just not been able to make shots here in the second half. Nagel spinning home a three. I'm not sure she's taken another shot in this game. It's been a pass-heavy point guard so far today. Shot clock down to 7. Splitting the pair again, and LTU again kills the possession. Well, they still got a shot if they start making shots. Long with a quick one. Kind of uncharacteristic of her to miss. And now LTU wants to press. They've been in the zone all game long. Bears easily work out of that. Just 1:29 left in this one. Travel. Blue Devils still have 2 left before they can send Shawnee State to free throws. Something to think about here if they continue to hit some shots down the stretch. Linden avoided a travel. And Jacobs will pick up the foul. Well, we've seen it today. Jacobs, a player that often gets doubled, sometimes triple teamed. We said it earlier, this Shawnee State team has done a really good job containing her, despite their lack of size on the shelf via injury. They've got 2 6'4" and 6'5" players in the waning. Get it back underneath 10, right there. 69-60. Looking for the turnover. Long hounding the ball. They thought about that shot, but thought better with the time winding down. Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot goes over the top, and the snatch away rebound by D.D. Smith. Racing to the front court. Oh, that and one would have been big.
That's a great hustle from her.
LTU playing to the final whistle here. If they don't come back in this game, there's certainly going to be some teaching moments for some of these younger players, but I'm sure, like you said, regardless, they'll do a lot of running tomorrow. Smith's thinking her first. Doesn't look like a freshman, does she? Just her demeanor. It's a lot more veteranish. Sinks both. It allows LTU to put on some full court pressure after they talk it over with this timeout here. Well, this is a Shawnee State team that has, for the most part, taken care of the basketball. They've shown that they can really utilize their speed. What's the key to getting a steal, I guess, right now?
I think really just putting up that pressure and not putting up so much that you get a foul, but that you play aggressively and playing it smart.
So LTU dialing it up here. They've been forced to kind of play a defense they weren't expecting to play maybe all too much this year. They're a pack line defensive team. A lot of switching involved, and they're man-to-man. But today, primarily zone. They'll actually rest back into the front court here with that timeout. Stolen away momentarily in the foul. Ouch. That was trending perfectly for a half second there for the Blue Devils. And then Shawnee State snatched it right back. 39 ticks to go through the hands, and Smith comes up with it. Linden to her left, takes it all the way, can't score. 3-0, and Smith has to commit the foul. Ay, ay. Couple moments there in the last 20 seconds of game action where this thing could have turned upside down.
And for Smith, that's a tough one. That's a tough shot.
Yeah, she's had a few. She drew the contact on the first, didn't make it, but went to the line. Maybe drew a little bit of contact there, but I don't think there was enough to call a foul in that scenario. This will be 2 for Shawnee State. Shot clock turned off. Big make there after they missed 3 in a row earlier in the half. Free throws haven't been perfect for Shawnee State, but overall they've shot it much better here in their second game of the year than on Saturday. That one messed with the Blue Devils, but it does fall. Back to 9. Hope is closing here. Spin off the inside. Killed once again by Shawnee State. And they can ice this game with some passing. Can't quite get it out there with 11.6 left. They're headed back to the stripe. I guess when you play with this pace, I mean, we kind of talked early about how Shawnee State was going to miss 85% of their offense from last year. But if you have athletic players that can run it up and down the field and be disciplined, which we've seen them do really in the second half by not fouling as much as we saw in the first, you can find offenses in places where you otherwise may have not thought it would come this year.
Yeah, and I think that's something, it's just been really beneficial to Shawnee State and their offense.
I mean, you look at just their key players that see a lot of time. I mean, it's very early to know who they're all going to settle with by year's end. But, I mean, 4 of those key players, 4 out of the 9 or 10 are freshmen. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not necessarily an easy system for a freshman coming in and adjusting to the college game.
It's not, but I think really it will give them a teaching moment.
It certainly takes them a special athlete to recruit, and Dwayne Burrows certainly recruits with purpose. Another timeout burned with the 11-point lead. Kind of just a matter of formality at this point. LTU men's basketball team getting ready to go out there and practice here at the end of the night. 8:59 local time. They're eager to get back on the floor again as well. Those men will compete in their second game of the year in a little tournament at Alliance Catholic Credit Union Arena in Livonia. Roosevelt, Hope International involved in that. So they'll play Roosevelt on the 3rd. That's Friday. 5 o'clock tip there. That's in the Bernie Holowicki Classic. Legendary basketball name in the area. Longtime head coach at Detroit Catholic Central before he headed over to Madonna to lead their squad. Honoring him with a fresh tournament this year. So Lawrence Tech at least looking to finish this thing out on a high note offensively here. Any foul either direction would lead to free throws. 4 team fouls for Shawnee State right now. LTU has been over the limit for a moment. Nagel is tripped, and that's exactly what's going to happen now. So you hope that you make 2 and then get a quick steal and get another quick basket, then get another steal. And Nagel, the play out of Charlevoix. Great in the mid-range, hasn't made a lot of shots today, but is focused on the passing part of her game. Has worked a lot on her shooting this offseason, has Nagel. They want her to take 2 or 3 threes a game. Now a timeout burned here by Shawnee State. Looking to make sure they have all the particulars lined up. Clock down to 9 seconds here. as they'll talk it over. Well, we thank you for tuning in here on the LTU Sports Network. Jeremy Otto alongside Soleil Pope White to bring you the call tonight. Weather really chills outside. It feels more like basketball season all of a sudden. Addie Nagel to the line to shoot a pair. Or one more, I beg your pardon. No, it was right. 2. Thought the official put up one finger there. Lead back down to 10, just 9 ticks left though. One more second ticked off the clock as the rebound was grabbed by Shawnee State, and the timeout called by Shawnee State, I believe. So they're pointing in the direction of. I thought at first it was LTU. Kind of surprised they burned that though. I mean, there's not too much LTU can do here with 8 seconds left and a 10-point advantage. You ready for Halloween tomorrow? What's your favorite candy?
I definitely love Kit Kats.
Yeah, okay. I'm down for that. I'm a big Reese's guy too.
Oh, yeah.
Curious to see how many will be out. It's going to be chilly tomorrow. Low at 29, I think. That's not fun. 70 degrees last week.
That's Michigan weather everywhere.
Could just hang around for a couple more days. Shawnee State with the ball advancement and the throw in here. Looks like they'll just dribble it out, and LTU shouldn't foul here. 10-point ball game. Shawnee State gets the split they were looking for against 2 tough teams to begin their season. Your final thoughts on what we saw today?
Definitely would be some teaching moments for LTU. I think going up against Shawnee State will be a teachable moment for them, and we'll see how they do.
Well, for Soleil Pope White, I'm Jeremy Otto, and our whole crew here today. Have a happy Halloween tomorrow. Lawrence Tech drops this one 73-63 on the LTU Sports Network.